You have one bucket that holds 2 gallons, and another bucket that holds 5 gallons. How many buckets do you have?
2?
What's up, YouTube? Poppy here, and today we're going to talk about feminism. We all know that women affect men's behavior. Modern men try to figure out if women or any woman likes them. Men are not women. It is women that wonder if a guy likes them before anything happens. Men have somehow picked up this bad habit from women. The thought of whether she likes you should never cross your mind. It is not important before you ask for the number. The important thing is you wanting her. Always ask yourself, do I want this one? And the answer should be, wow, boy do I. That is all you need to know. Real men take what they want. Obviously, feminism changed that. In every age before the current one, no man would be afraid of a girl. Certainly, he would not look at a woman as one looks at a trialing odyssey. It remains for us to acknowledge the weeds of Babylon emerging around this garden of men. Young people are caught up in imitations they do not know, do not wish to understand, but vainly beat their chest proclaiming how free they now are, without realizing that they are entering a prison that took prophets, the blood of martyrs and crusades on the battlefield for us to emerge. A flight of vultures, of feminist harpies are circling overhead to pick at man as vultures picked at Prometheus. These feminists, both the female and male variety, believe that they are highly progressive and well advanced. Yet they are centuries behind the times. Feminism came without warning and conquered men. It has created a generation of neurotic males. Let me ask you, do you believe any of the following statements? It is wrong to judge a woman by how she looks. It is wrong to advance on a woman sexually with no verbal consent. Women have been discriminated because of their gender. Males intentionally put women down. In sex, it is wrong to even consider to have your way with her and become and be the sensuous animal you've always dreamed of being. Women desire, as priority, respect. If you believe in any of these things, even just a little, you have been affected by modern feminism. It is the virus that creates the effects known as nice gaius patheticus. Women are judged on looks because you are judged on your looks. And trust me, most women are much harsher about it. Feminists think a magazine picture tyrannizes young women. Forget my body, what about my mind, they say. But did you ever hear a woman say to the nice guy, your mind is great even though your body and not really doing it for me? And every male is witness to the fact that women run towards testosterone-fueled males. Why do men fail with women? It is because they respect them. This great respect men find in women is nothing more than a lack of self-respect, a lack of confidence. Woman's reflective nature must have something to reflect. If there is no confidence, there is no man. If there is no man, there can be no real male, and thus, any love. So every time some new study blares that men and women are biologically different, it is treated as some form of amazing discovery. But didn't we all know this when we turned age 3 or 4? Feminism cannot see any biological differences between the sexes from the neck up. Men change their clothes to match their lifestyles/attitudes. Women change their lifestyles/attitudes to match their clothes. What is your point, Poppy? What is the purpose of feminism? Women see themselves in relation to society. They are in a never-ending war between mind and body. The body says, yes, while the mind, ever remembering the status of reputation, says, no. Oh, if there only was a something that could free women of this state. Something that could make sluts respectable. To turn the abandonment of motherhood into fulfilling a woman's potential. To make nagging infinite. To let fat girls feel free to get fatter. And to give ugly girls a societal role. That is the purpose of feminism. To let women do whatever they want with an air of morality. To turn feminine immorality into virtue. Thus, the problem of feminism is not men, but women. The truth, feminism is not declaring war on masculinity, but on femininity. Feminism is a political tower of Babylon to escape the truth of human nature. Why do you think movement like the Passport Bros and MGTOW are increasing in popularity? Because foreign chicks are still feminine. In the West, the chicks act masculine and get fat. They find it shameful to place their time and talents into their family and children, whereas it should be their greatest joy. Feminists attack masculinity and femininity as the former being the cause of oppressing, and the latter as the effect of the oppressed. Feminists desire a dull, gray, androgynous world without the sparkling lightning and glow that sexuality brings. The result is androgyny everywhere, with both genders putting their priority on sex. The reason why is because sex, something no law or political philosophy can touch, is the only thing that makes women feel like women and men feel like men anymore. Everything else that revolved around it, the old-style dating, courtship, of suitors, of gentlemen, of class, of charm, has been politicized out of existence. Where there was once the concept of man as warrior, man as philosopher, man as many things, manhood has been savagely attacked and brought down by the earthly beast who glitters with political maxims and whose crown is academic scholarship that is supposed to prove its glitter. In other words, the concept that masculinity and barbarism are one of the same is their new ruling scepter. As long as people believe in this idea, they will sit on that throne. This ties into the belief that women have always been poor victims of masculinity, enslaved by the evil of manhood. Don't get me wrong, I am pro-sex, just not in the way of libertines acting out bestial episodes, but in the manner of sexuality. You can see sexuality as the key to the genius of Michelangelo's David and the dazzling energy and insight of Shakespeare. You can see the matter of sexuality bring up the great men onto the historical stage. You can find sexuality as being the core to great art and a key to genius. But with sexuality removed, no wonder the great writings, art, and personalities of our time are non-existent. Now, they are said to exist because of the politics behind them, but there is nothing great or time-defying in politics, so they will not last. Look at college campuses. They are full of girls. Boys are failing more and more in school. Less and less men are marrying because they are on strike against the current climate. In sexuality, Atlas is shrugging. All this dating advice should not have to exist. For what is more natural than mating practices? Modern feminism has caused hell in the romantic union of the sexes, but it has done its worst damage outside the romantic realm. It has destroyed one male virtue after another until women cry out, "Where have the good men gone?" Education has now become the process of a genderization. Before, education was to turn a boy into a man. Mathematics, philosophy, literature, and so on were all to be used as tools or guides for men against their fight of nature and time. These gentlemen had a style and class about them. They are extinct today. There isn't and never has been any patriarchy. That's a totally bogus concept. True, things were oppressive for women back in the day, but they were also oppressive for men. While women had less choices, men bore the lion's share of the responsibility. The right to vote came at a price. The price of potentially laying down your life to protect this country. Women were needed at home to keep the home running and the family cared for. It was a full-time job. These gender roles were required for survival. It was never some evil plot to hold women down. It was a necessity. Explain the wage gap then. It's a farce. Feminists claim that women are only paid 74 cents for every dollar a man makes. This angers a lot of women. The figures themselves are correct, but they are not presented truthfully. The numbers represent men and women as a whole, not comparing a man and a woman in the same company with the same seniority, same experience and education. Men as a whole will always make more than women as a whole because there are stay-at-home moms, wives who only work part-time, and women who take time off to have babies. Men also work more overtime in more of the dangerous and higher-paying jobs. It is against the law to pay a woman less than a man for the same job and qualifications. So anyone who believes this feminist lie is not very bright. What about the glass ceiling? Feminists whine that there aren't enough women in corporate management, but women have only been in the workforce with more women working than not for the last 40 years or so. Most corporate managers have put that much time in with the company before getting one of those jobs, unless he's a family member of the owner. It's about paying dues and earning those positions, and women will get there as soon as they pay those same dues and invest that same time. So what is feminism about? Feminism is essentially about desexualization. This is where nice guys come from. This is why feminists are so bitter. But since sexuality is no longer embraced, male-female harmonics becomes disrupted. Androgynous people sport in sex, since that is the only way to make them feel male or female. Because of this desexualization, art, leadership, and education suffer. Feminism is a virus that needs to be quarantined and destroyed. Thank you for watching. Till next time, stay classy.